Now, every 25 seconds, a young person calls Childline, reaching out for support. But due to a lack of voluntary counsellors, around a quarter of calls are going unanswered. There are urgent pleas from the charity for more volunteers to sign up at their Aberdeen base. Kirsten Tate has more.
You have the right to feel safe and cared for.
Hundreds of calls every week come through to the Childline base in Aberdeen. It takes a lot for a vulnerable child to admit that they need help, so it's essential that the charity answer every call.
Hi, you're through to someone you can talk to at Childline.
And more are telling them that they're having suicidal thoughts.
They've built up all the courage to call that number, and for it to ring out and no one answer it, it would just be heartbreaking. It could also be the young person that's been bullied for months and months and months and they've never been able to tell anyone, and they get the courage to say, right, I'm going to call Childline, and no one answers. It just means that they might be reluctant to reach out again.
A waiting list for mental health support means calls are coming through to Childline every 25 seconds. But since the pandemic, there's been a reduction in around a third of volunteers. The cost of living is also making it more difficult for people to give up their time.
Yeah, that's right.
Here at the Childline base in Aberdeen, they answer around 250 calls every single week. And to make sure they answer every single one of them, they're asking for more volunteers. Well, Christina has been a volunteer for around 4 years. Christina, why do you dedicate so much of your time to Childline?
There are so many young people who need someone to be there to listen to them and to hear what they have to say. Not every young person has a loving family that they can go to talk about, and even those who do have a loving family, there can be reasons there that the young person doesn't want to talk to somebody that they're that close to. So Childline is here to listen to all young people and to support them.
And what kind of issues have they been discussing with you recently?
There have been a whole range of issues that young people come through. We often get a lot of young people who have mental health issues, and that can be anxiety and depression, or simple loneliness. And with the cost of living crisis, they can often pick up the tension that their families are under, and that can come through in contacts as well. Sometimes they'll talk to us about maybe feeling suicidal or self-harming, and again we can talk to them about that and help them deal with those feelings. We get young people who talk about school and about being bullied at school, and sometimes we get young people who are just feeling a bit lonely and want to have a chat.
Childline's plea is simple. Whether it's a big or a small problem, no child should be left with no one to talk to. Kirsten Tate, STV News.